Radio, bye-bye, this is Whiskey Papa 4, Julia Sierra Papa, Puerto Rico Island, QSL. Station Julia Papa Papa.
Kilo Delta 8, Juliet Papa Papa, 59
Okay, QSL, Kilo Delta 8, Julia Papa Papa, Kilo Delta 8, Julia Papa Papa, you 5x8 in Puerto Rico, over. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the 5x9, my friend. 73 bye-bye. And Kilo 6 station, Kilo 6 Kilo Charlie against derogation, right?
Bravo, you're 5x9.
73, QRZ, this is Kilo Juliet 4, November, radio November. November Echo again.
Thank you.
Roger, Echo Alpha 5, Fox November Echo, you're 5x7, 57 into Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, thank you,
Okay, thank you again. This is Kilo Juliet 4, November, Romeo November. CQ, look.
Weekend, my friend. Florida 1 Delta Whiskey India, Lima Uniform 5 Echo Kilo. Bye-bye, Joy, thank you.
I just went for some trigger CP3. However, good weekend. And hope to meet you soon, Richard. November 2 Zulu Delta, Fox 5 Papa Sierra. Sorry for the overstation. I come back on a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Charlie Mike, uniform,
Louisiana.
7-3, get here in there, and thanks for the contact. 7-3.
7-3.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Charlie Mike, uniform. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Charlie Mike, uniform, Louisiana.
Kilo Charlie 9, India, Papa Lima.
Kilo Charlie 9, India, Papa Lima, 5-9.
Roger on that, you're a 5x9 in Indiana. My name is Roger.
Yes, sir, Roger, thank you from Indiana. Equal to 60 in Mallorca Island, 73.
73.
Echo Africa 6, thanks.
Temperatures latitude with Celsius, educating over Florida. So we'll have some snow maybe over here next weekend. I believe not too much in this area. Anyway, John 73, 3, like you and yours, and thanks a lot for the contact. Kilo Bravo 1, Oscar Yankee Bravo, D83 Alpha. Bye-bye.
The frequency occupied, please. Is the frequency clear? Is the frequency occupied, please? Is the frequency clear? CQ 10 meters, CQ 10, CQ 110, CQ. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. G0, VQY. Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, CQ 10 meters and standing by. CQ 10, CQ 10, CQ 10 meters, CQ. Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. G0, VQY, CQ 10 meters and standing by. CQ 10 meters, CQ 10, CQ 110. Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. G0, VQY, CQ 10 meters and standing by.
November 2, Sierra Lima Oscar.
November 2, Sierra Lima Oscar. Very good afternoon to you there, David. David in Kings Park, New York. Very nice to meet you this afternoon on 10 meters. Name here is Penn. Papa Echo November, November Penn. P-E-N-N. And the QTH is Southwest England, in a small town called Brixham. So I'll give a report on the next over there, David. November 2, Sierra Lima Oscar. From Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, over.
Okay, very good there, Penn. G0VQY and N2SLO. Good afternoon to you, Penn. You are 5757 at the moment with QRM into Long Island, and you do have the name right. It is David. I got your QRZ picture up here, so nice business. Pleasure to meet you, I guess, for the first time. Conditions seem to be okay. I'm looking at the spotter and the map. It looks like some good propagation between stateside and Europe right now, and with the UK. But I do have a lot of QR Mexico. It is raining very, very hard right now here. Looks like we're in the middle of a heavy rainstorm with some heavy wind. Temperature is about 53 degrees, very warm, and not usual for late January for sure. So I'll turn it back over to you, and you can let me know via signal report. G0VQY from N2SLO. Go ahead.
N2SLO, G0VQY. Okay there, David, no problem. Thanks for the 5 and 7. You're 5-7 also with me. A little bit of fluctuation, a little bit of QSB, but you're peaking out about 5 and 7, so doing a good job there. Running here about 400 watts on the peaks, and the antenna is a 3-element stepper, and the radio is a 7800 by Icom. WX, it's been raining on and off, and we've also had some nice spells of sunshine with about 9 degrees Celsius. So back to you there, Dave. N2SLO from G0VQY, over.
Okay, very good. G0VQY from N2SLO, find it. Solid 5-7, and came up a little bit on that last go around. And your system's doing a nice job. No problem whatsoever here, even though we do have the QR Mexico. I'm running an ICOM 746 with some audio equalization. I'm giving you right now about 60 or so watts. The antenna is a 5/8 swing, IMAX 2000 vertical, only up to 35 feet. If you're on my tour, it's not in the picture. I need an updated picture. It's actually on the side of my house on a tripod. So I need to get that up a little bit higher. But it seems to do very, very well for 10 meters. Very good antenna vertical. And with the way they are the past 3 or 4 months, the band's been open, so it really doesn't matter. So I do enjoy working with the vertical. I need to get myself some more power too. But anyway, fine business there, Penn. And interesting QRZ picture. I like your pictures there. Looks like you got a nice GTH setup with some real interesting and some aerial views from the, looks like maybe from a plane or a helicopter. Pretty cool. Kind of like those pictures there. Looks like a lot of fun. All right, thank you. G0VQY from N2SLO. Go ahead.
N2SLO, G0VQY. Okay there, Dave, yeah. Doing a good job with the IMAX 2000 there. Very, very good job. You know, I wouldn't get too excited about putting it much higher. I don't think you'll notice much difference with the antenna higher than being lower. It'll be okay if you're talking to people locally, but working me, I doubt very much whether you'll notice much difference if the antenna's much higher, to be perfectly honest with you. I've got a Stereo Gain Master, and it used to be on a big pole on the side of the house, and I put it on a short pole about 2 or 3 feet above the ground at the bottom of the garden, and it works a lot better, much better. So if you're just using it for DX and everything, then I wouldn't be too worried about gaining much height. Anyway, the pictures on QRZ, that was taken from a plane. I was outside. I'm in the picture actually. If you look very, very carefully, you can see me in the garden. I was outside, and I was aware that there was a plane flying around, and I wondered what he was doing. I assumed that it was like somebody just like practicing, or like a tutor, And then about 6 weeks later, somebody knocked on my door, selling aerial photos of our houses. So that's what he was doing there, David. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Fine business. Yeah, that's really cool. I kind of like that. And I got your location here. That's interesting. You're on the East Coast, near, I don't know how many miles away from Plymouth, maybe 100 miles away from Plymouth, maybe shorter. I'm not sure on the scale. But I see you're on the East Coast of England. Very nice, near Torquay. Probably didn't pronounce that right. You know what, Long Islanders, us Americans with our accent. So Torquay, I believe. So fine business, very good. Okay, I'm not going to hold it here. You're a little up and down, still very good copy. But we're in the middle of a rain here, and the QR Mexico is just ridiculous. I haven't had this much QR Mexico in quite a while. I guess because of the storm we're under right now. But I'm glad we do have some propagation. I'm sure it's probably close to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon on your side. I would say 5:30, maybe 4:30. Either 5-hour or 6-hour difference. I guess it's 5. And I guess you're going to eat soon. I'm going to eat some lunch, and we got to run some errands. And I just heard you out there. I happened to just turn the radio on and heard you call CQ, so I thought I'd come back to you. So, Penn, fine business. 73, your family enjoy the winter season over in the UK, and definitely look for you again when conditions are right, maybe in the next contest that's coming. Looks like we got the March 10-meter contest, the CQ, not sure if it's WPX, probably the WPX contest on SSB. So we'll definitely be part of that one again like we were last year. Have fun, and it's a pleasure talking to you. G0VQY N2SLO, Long Island, 73. That's...
Yeah, okay there, David, no problem. By the way, I'm on the West Coast, not the East Coast. And Plymouth is about 25 miles away, not 100. So 25, about 26, 25 miles away. And I'm on the east coast of the UK there, David. And you were peaking to 5 and 8 on that last day, over 58. So doing a good job. I think the propagation's very good at the moment. So cheers for now, and if you hear me on, give me a call. N2 SLO from G0VQY 73s.
Roger, roger. Cheers and beers. 73. N2 SLO clear.
Bye bye for now. CQ10, CQ10, CQ. Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, G0, VQY, CQ10 and standing by. CQ 10 meters, CQ on 10, CQ. This is Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, G0, VQY, CQ 10 meters and standing by. Was that Papa Yankee 3, Delta Juliet Bravo, QSL?
QSL, Papa Yankee 3, Delta Juliet Bravo. You are 5 and 8 south of Brazil, Roger?
Yep, QSL there. I think the name is George. George, I think your name is. Okay, you're not very strong because I'm not pointing in your direction. You're about 4 and 2. You're about 42 is your report there, George. So back to you there. Papa Yankee 3, Delta Juliet Bravo from Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, over.
Okay, Roger, Roger. Thank you for 4 and 3, 4 and 7. You are 5 and 9, 5 and 9. This is the new Denver, but still the Denver and okay, my name is George, Roger. All right, and square, that's up 5. Papa Yankee 3, Delta, Juliet Bravo, both 068 and then
Okay there, George, 7-3s for now. I won't hold it because I'm not hearing you very well at the moment, because the antenna's not pointing in your direction. 7-3s, adios, my friend. Papa Yankee 3, Delta Juliet Bravo, from G0VQR. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. QRZ, Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 2, Tango India Alpha.
I recognise that call, I think. Kilo Bravo 2, Tango India Alpha. Yeah, I thought I did. Stephen. Hi there, Stephen. Yeah, we had a QSO just a few days ago on 10 metres, actually. So nice to meet you again there, Steve. I'll give a report on the next over. If you don't remember me, it's Penn. P-E-N-N. So back to you there. KB2TIA from G0VQY. Over.
Yes, this Penn. And the name is Steve. You're 5'5", very solid right now, considering the QSC on the band. You're very solid. When last we spoke, I was asking you about if you're going to apply for the Queen special call sign.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, did you say 5 and 9 or 5 and 5? Over.
55 right now. You're 55. It's solid though.
Yeah, QSO. Yeah, you're 5 and 8 with me here. You're 58. Yeah, I'm going to go for I'm going for both the special calls this year. We've got a special call for the Jubilee. That's June and July, and we got a special call for the Olympics. But I'm not that keen on that. I'm not that keen on that one because it's my call sign will be Golf Oscar 0, and I think that's going to cause a lot of confusion. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm definitely going for both of them. I'll be designing some special QSL cards, which will be only available through EQSL. Roger.
Roger. I'll have to look for you. I'll have to look for you when you do that. I'm running 25 watts through an Antron 99, and I'm amazed that it really gets out fairly well.
Oh yeah, you were good. You were almost. I thought you were just about. You were almost peak 5 and 9 on that last over. So you're doing a very, very good job. And I mean, those Antron 99s, they're made for 11 meters. But I think you can't go much better. I mean, if you can't use a beam, then an Antron 99 is in my opinion the next best thing. They are superb antennas. Go ahead.
I don't have much room for a beam. Yeah, I do own my own house, but it wouldn't go well in the neighborhood. I'd have a lot of complaints, I'm sure. My wife is always upset about I have 3 antennas mounted to my garage, and she's upset about that already. But I am amazed it gets out. At first I had high SWR. It was about a 5-1. 5-to-1 on the SWRs, and then it has 2 tuning rings, and I had to turn them completely down to the bottom, and I get about a 1-to-1, 1-to-2.
Yeah, QSO. Well, you're peaking over 9 now. You're coming over the 9. Yeah, the Antron 99s. They will work if you use CB and amateur radio and 10 meters. You can have one. Oh, bloody phone keeps going. But yeah, you can get the SWR fairly low. They're quite good. I've been recording recording myself for the last 20 minutes, and I've got you on video here. So I will put that on YouTube a bit later on, and I've got the video camera pointing at my monitor, which is plugged into my radio. And you'll be able to see how strong you are. Go ahead.
That'd be pretty awesome. I haven't been included in anything like that before. But you have such a fine sounding station, Pen. I hear you here a lot, and I'm very happy to have the QSO here. I'll let you go because I know there's got to be other stations calling. And so let me wave the hand to you, Pen. And it was very good talking to you again, and I hope to catch you with the new call, the special event call. Kilo Bravo 2, Tango India Alpha, and we'll be clear on your final.
Yeah, QSL. Have you got an EQSL account, over?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's okay then. Yeah, yeah, it's free. If you want to get awards, then you have to sort of donate. I mean, I'm a bronze member, so that means I've got to donate $5 a year. So that's nothing really, is it? But yeah, I would encourage anyone to get an EQSL account. It's a fantastic way of QSLing without having to fill out cards and all that rubbish, like, you know. Can't be bothered with all that. Anyway, take care there, and we'll catch you again soon there, Stephen, from G0VQI. 73s.
73s.
QRZ, Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. G0VQI, QRZ.
Whiskey 1, Charlie, Golf India.
Okay, Whiskey 1, Charlie, Golf India. Very good afternoon. Very strong signal here. Very, very strong signal. We have Anthony in Connecticut. So very, very nice to meet you there. The name here is Penn. Papa Echo November. Penn is my name. And the QTH Southwest England. So I'll give you a better report on the next over. W1CGI. I like your call sign. From Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee. Over.
Roger, Penn. It's the W1CGI. Thank you for coming back to my call. And you are correct. I'm in Pawcatuck, Connecticut, right along the coast and along the Rhode Island border. You've got a beautiful signal into Connecticut, Penn. You're 10 over at 9. And we're having a rainy day here. My temperature is 42 degrees. And of course, my name is Tony. And 5 minutes on your QTH. I'm copying you 100%. My rig is an ICOM 756 Pro 2 running barefoot, 100 watts, and I'm feeding that into a 4-element monthly Yagi up about 40 feet. So with that, Pen, back to you. Golf 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, W1CGI. Over.
Yeah, W1CGI from G0VQI. Okay there, Tony. Yeah, beautiful signal from you. You're 10 over 9 with me as well. Lovely signal. Very, very strong indeed. Yeah, running here about 400 watts. 7800 by ICOM, and the antenna is a 3-element stepper, about 13 meters high at the moment. We've got a pretty mixed day today. We've had some rain today. We've had some nice sunshine. You know, a little bit of a mixture, and temperature not that bad, about 9 degrees Celsius. You know, not cold at all really. So back over to you there, Tony. W1CGI from G0VQY. Over.
Roger. Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, W1CGI. Very fine, Penn. I got a question for you. You said you have a stepper antenna. I have a friend of mine who owns a stepper. He's in Vermont. His call is Kilo 1 X-ray Victor. Kilo 1 X-ray Victor. I was wondering if you ever worked him break?
Yeah, Kilo 1 X-ray Victor. Not according to my log, no, Tony. Over.
Roger. Well, I thought that maybe you might have worked him. But he has a stepper, and he gave a talk one time on installing it. He had 2 young fellas that put it up for him, and he got it on a 75-foot mast, and he can raise them more. So my business, the stepper is a great antenna, and
I'm sure that you're very, very happy with it. I will keep your pen. Maybe these other people want to work you. So 73s, and thanks for coming back to my call. All the best, good action, and have a good weekend. Go through the Queen Yankee, W1CGI, 73s, and God bless.
Yep, QSL there, Tony, and the pleasure's all mine. And if you hear me on, give me a call. So you take care now, and yeah, the Stepper's a very good antenna, actually. Very, very good. Ask me in 5 years' time when I think of it, and hopefully the motors will still be running. But I don't anticipate these antennas lasting quite as long as the antennas that don't have motors. I think these will probably pack up before. I can't see motors running for 20 years, but you never know. You never know. Cheers for now, Tony, from G0VQI 73s.
Roger, thank you for the contact.
CQ10, Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, CQ10 and standing by.
Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo, Papa Hotel.
Kilo Juliet 4, go.
Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo, Papa Hotel.
Yep, Kilo Juliet 4, Bravo, Papa Hotel. George in Alabama. Very nice to meet you there, George. For the first time, I see by the log here. The name here is Pen, Papa Echo November, Papa Echo November, Pen. And we're on the southwest coast of England. So I'll give a proper report on the next over. KJ4BPH from G0VQY, over.
Okay, sir, yeah, your signal's a 55, a 55, but your audio's a solid 59 with audio. And the signal's a 55, but your audio's a 59. And then here I'm running right at about 70 watts into a homemade quarter wave wire ground plane at about 25 feet out of the Kenwood 4th. Yes.
Yeah, QSL, George, well, you're 5 and 9 with me here. You're a very, very nice 5 and 9. Running here 7800, about 400 watts. And the antenna is a 3-element stepper. I've got you on video at the moment. I've got my video running, so I'll put it up on YouTube a bit later on. So a little bit later on, if you type my call sign into YouTube, and you'll find my channel, you'll see, if you look at the latest video, you should be able to hear yourself. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I'll say 73, let you get back on CQ. And I know there's probably a bunch of guys out here wanting to work you. I'll say 73, KJ4BPH.
Yeah, 73s for now. Take care. QRZ, Germany 0, Victor Quebec Yankee, Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, QRZ. Go again, United something, was it?
Papa Yankee 5.
Papa Yankee 5, go.
Papa Yankee 5, Zulu, Bravo United. PY5ZBU.
Okay, Papa Yankee 5. I thought that sounded like an English voice, or not. It wasn't Spanish anyway, or Portuguese, whatever. I thought that's, yeah, Donald we have here. Papa Yankee 5, Zulu Bravo United. This is G0VQI. I'm not sure if we've spoken before. I'm not sure. I've not got you on the log, but this is a fairly new log. I can't remember whether you're the guy that's got a big antenna on the hill. But anyway, I might be confusing you with somebody else. Anyway, name here is Pan, Papa Echo November, and I'm on the southwest coast of England. So back to you there. Papa Yankee 5, Zulu Bravo United, from Golf 0, Victor Queen Yankee, over.
Returning in, I think before. I'm the one on top of the big hill. But I can't for the life of me remember when. My log here is in paper. Name is Dom, Delta Oscar November. You're about to 5 and 5, but I don't think you're beaming this way. But thank you very much for coming back. G0VQY, PY5ZBU, over.
Okay, PY5ZBU, G0VQI. Just turn the beam towards you now, and you're 5 and 9 with me there, Dom. Yeah, I have spoken to an English guy who lived down in Brazil, and I remember them telling me that he had a pretty big antenna up on a hill, but this was going back to the late 90s, early, you know, it was a long, long time ago, Donald, and I'm afraid my memory isn't that good. But anyway, my equipment's completely new, completely different to when I last spoke to you, if it was you. Running here an ICOM 7800, about 400 watts, and the antenna is a 3-element stepper. So back to you there, PY5ZBU, you from G0VQY, over.
G0VQY, PY5ZBU. Verify the plan, and congratulations, you got a very fine station. I'm actually using a very, very old transceiver today. I got a whole bunch of Collins equipment here in the shack. I've got 3 of the big floor standing linears, the 30S1s, and a whole bunch of Collins stuff here apart from the modern. And I'm using today is 56 years old. It's the KWM number 1. It's impeccable. And it's serial model number 10. Built in 1966. I think about 80 or 90 watts. And the antenna's still the big KLM. Where are you located there in the south, over?
Yeah, QSL, Donny. I'm in Brixham down in Devon. I'm sure you've heard of Brixham near Torquay. Go ahead.
You better have, yes. I lived for many years. I was with the Southwestern Electricity Board way back in the 60s in Bideford. Sweb, we covered the North Devon. I was across to Clovelly, over onto Dartmoor, down as far as Bude in Cornwall. But we were a lot over, and then after that I was with the Central Electricity Generating Board in Bristol, and we went down to Land's End, so Brixham was included in our territory then,
QSL, Sweb. God, I've forgotten all about Sweb. I don't think they're called Sweb anymore, are they? Yeah, I can't remember. So many electricity firms these days. So what took you down to Brazil then, over?
Yeah, I was, after being with the power authorities and going up the scale, you know, getting promoted and so on, I went up to Grimsby with the Yorkshire Electricity Board, and then I was with the North of Scotland Hydroelectric Board in just north of Inverness for the whole of the northern part, going up in seniority in the companies, you know, and then went overseas to be a director of the power authority in Nigeria. Same thing in Kenya, and with the China Light and Power Company in Hong Kong. Ended up with the big brown Bavaria people in Switzerland, and they put me into South America for the Itaipu plant, 800 kV, 1.2 million volt transmission system here. And I was the director of this outfit for about 30 years here, over.
QSL. So you decided to stay there then? Yeah, it must be nice. I mean, I bet, you know, nice weather all year round. What's the, gonna make me jealous. It's 9 degrees, it's about 9 degrees Celsius here today. Are you going to tell me it's about 30 degrees down there, I expect? Go ahead.
28 degrees centigrade.
Well, I wasn't far wrong, was I? How far are you from, I can't remember the name of it. It's that big city in the middle of the Amazon jungle, the big one. Begins with M. I was going to say Manaus, but that's not in Brazil. I forget what it's called now, guy.
Yeah, you're right. Manaus is in Brazil, and Manaus is the capital of the Amazonas. I'm about as far as you could possibly get, I think. Probably the better part of 5,500 kilometers south of that, over.
Blimey. Well, you're quite a way up then, quite a way up. I always get fascinated when I see, because I watch a lot of the old, you know, I'm very much into fish keeping, South American fish. So, you know, any wildlife program, any program that comes from the Brazilian rainforest or the Amazon, I'm interested in, and I'm always fascinated by that, such a big city being located in the middle of a huge jungle like that. It's absolutely incredible. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually it's like an island, isn't it? You know, surrounded by dense forest. It's a 2.5-hour flight from Manaus along the Amazon River down to the coast, which is the Belém. And there's about 5,000 kilometers from Belém down to here to Curitiba. So it's quite amazing. You know, it's what we call in Portuguese a zona franca, like a free zone, like Hong Kong was, free monetary zone. So a lot of companies, they established themselves in Manaus, especially the electronics businesses. So televisions and computers and video, whatever, is kind of built up there. And a lot of people, they migrated from the south to live there. But prior to that, it was the rubber capital of the rubber industry. And very nice city, nice theatres and so on. But since the synthetic rubbers have come in, I think that's more or less taken number 10 position. Over.
Yeah, QSR, I think there's a lot of timber stuff goes on now. I know there's a lot of controversy about about how much wood they're taking, but yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I was thinking the other day. I mean, someone who lives there must have the Amazon jungle as their back garden. You know, someone who lives there must have it go.
Yes, certainly they do. And I know way back, I think it was back in the early 80s, I lived up in Recife. I was consulting with the power authorities, as a general consultant in Brazil for the power authorities. And I used to go to Manaus on a monthly basis because they have a big power authority there. And yes, at that time you could have bought a piece of the Amazon for $1 a square meter of it.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, it's an amazing place. I mean, obviously I've only seen it on television, but you know, is it? I suppose it has its more sort of exclusive areas. I mean, I don't think are there any slums? There's no slums there, are there, or is it not that kind of city over?
Yeah, there's slums practically everywhere. But yes, it's heavily industrialized, and that has sent up a great percentage of middle class. But you have the regions there where the lesser salaried and so on people have. So you call them slums are similar to the favelas, not quite as bad as you might see as you would in possibly in Rio de Janeiro and those places. And They live and survive quite well because of the fish and so on, Alan.
Yeah. I must admit, you know, it looks quite nice. I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone on the radio there. I may have done over in the past, but I can't recall anyone being there. But it's an amazing place, and I mean they've got a big fish market there, and it's, you know, when you actually see it, it's like a, you know, you can't comprehend that these fish are being taken from a river. You know, it's like, you know, you'd imagine it's like from a sea, but all these fish every day are coming from a river, and you sometimes wonder, you know, how can a river sustain? I mean, well, it can't, can it really? I mean, at some stage the fish will run out, but I mean, it's just incredible to think that, you know. But you know, when you think about, I mean, the Amazon is it's the biggest river in the world, isn't it? I think they said more water runs through the Amazon in one day than it does through the Thames in a whole year. Some statistics or something like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. I think the longest river is the Nile. The Nile is, I think, about 6,300 and something kilometers. And the second to it is the Amazon, which, well, the Amazon, you know, when you're at Manaus, for example, and you look across the river, you don't see the other side. You can see pretty heavy shipping on it. It looks like the sea, over.
Yeah, I think it's about 200 miles wide, isn't it? And its longest, on its widest bit, go?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, it's incredible. I find the Amazon just a fascinating place. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I'd like to say I'd love to go there, but I mean, being in a wheelchair, I think it would be a little bit difficult. But if I wasn't, then it would definitely be a place I would like to go and visit, because I think you could spend 10 years there and you wouldn't see everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And as you probably well know, even the Amazon itself has not been fully fully investigated. There are regions with Indians and so on. that have been fairly recently discovered, and other regions that haven't yet, as yet been discovered. We were involved also in trying to provide telecommunications for the Amazon region, which was quite a mammoth task to try to provide a cellular coverage over the forest cover.
Ah, QSO, yeah, I bet that is a mammoth task actually. Yeah, but that's not. But then again, I suppose a lot of the world is moving on, so I suppose a lot of technology even will be getting to even the remotest place. Have you ever seen because a lot of drugs obviously come in that way. They've actually got the drugs people use little mini submarines. Have you ever seen those, Ava?
I've seen it on the film. But I think those films were based upon some kind of fact. But yes, there was at one time some kind of submarine, a small homemade submarine that came across, because as you know, the Amazon borders on about Brazil. Let's say the Brazil borders on about 7 countries. So there've been a lot of runways in the forest, clearing the forest away to leave a place for like a single motor aircraft to land on.
Oh, QSO, yeah. I think they still. I've got a feeling. I think the authorities might use a little mini submarine. There was actually there's a program on Sky, on one of the Discovery channels, and it's all about I think it's got. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's got submarine in the title, and they're all down there, these little submarines, and it's absolutely incredible. But there's a lot of fishing programs, and they're the ones that really catch my interest. And they were down there because there's I think it's probably the one that they reckon it's the largest freshwater fish in the world. It's the freshwater stingray, and this thing is absolutely immense. You're talking sort of 10 foot across. You're talking a massive fish, QSL.
Roger. Yeah, we have a fairly regular. It's a weekly program on fish. In general, nature involved in the Amazon and the surrounds, And so I've seen that. It's about a 1-hour program, and he dedicated an hour to that big one of it.
Yeah, QSL. There's a few of them actually. There's one of them called the one that comes to mind is a one called Monster Fish of the Amazon, and there's a guy called Zeb Hogan. He's a biologist or naturalist or whatever, and he goes down there and does a lot with them. And there's another guy from the Czech Republic. I think that's called Fish Warrior, and he's been down there a few times catching things like the Arapama. I don't think he's done the stingray yet, but I'm not sure. But there was also a guy called Jeremy Wade. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was down there, and he's a fish biologist, and he actually caught a huge stingray in one of the programs he did, because he does a program where he goes around the world looking at fish that have apparently killed people, or they're very sort of and I mean, these stingrays, are quite capable of killing someone, because they've got a massive sting on their tail, and whenever they catch these fish, they've got to be so careful that they actually wrap the sting up in a towel or something, because it could kill someone easily. Go ahead.
Roger, yeah. I believe there's an Australian, a famous broadcaster that was killed by one. Not the Amazon style, but a big raid down somewhere in the waters there in the Pacific a couple of years back now. Can you receive, when you talk about Sky, can you receive our Brazilian programs there, over?
Which ones?
Well, we've got a whole bunch of them. I mean, we've got our various TV channels here are actually retransmitted on Sky. So, do you receive any of those, like Channel 15, Channel 2, Channel 12?
Not as far as I know. No, the ones that we receive, I actually buy a package every, and it's just basically, programs that are broadcast. I don't unless they've been redone with English subtitles. I don't think they're Brazilian. Go ahead.
Yeah, I often wondered about that because it seems that most of the channels are international. A lot of them are dubbed in Portuguese, or you can either switch English or Portuguese. I know that the satellite, which is dealing with South America, is more or less over Miami, and it's about 300 knot degrees where the dish is pointing to. I've got the sky in the shack here. I've also got him in the house. I often wondered whether they were tailoring, according to the South American tastes, and not so much global. I got the BBC and so on, so I often wondered whether you could see our football matches and what have you over there.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't, unless I know some people who are into like this satellite as a hobby. They have got various dishes that point at the different satellites, but I think the satellite that we use it's not. I don't think it. Well, I could be wrong here, but I don't think it picks up foreign ones. I think it's like it's a satellite, like a sky satellite, that we pay for. Go ahead.
Yeah. Have you got the full packet there, or just what you selected over?
I have everything but the sport. I don't pay for the sport because I hardly watch any of it. But I have everything, and I don't have children's television either. That doesn't really interest me anymore. Go ahead.
How much do you pay for that?
I pay about 50 quid a month or something, I think.
What's that about? Is it about 1.7 US dollars to the pound?
Oh God, now you're asking. I haven't checked the exchange rates lately. Go ahead.
Roger. Okay. Just to get an idea, because I have a feeling that we are paying a very high price down here.
How much do you pay a month, Go?
Well, it's about 250 reais. If you divide 250 by 1.7, it'll give you dollars, over.
I'll have a look. I'll tell you, I'll have a look on XE in a minute. I'm really not sure, but 50. I'll pay about. Maybe I can probably get it cheaper. If I rung them up, but 50, I think £50 is okay, and I do watch it a lot. I watch a lot of the movie channels, mainly the movie channels and the Discovery ones is what I watch. So I think I get my money's worth. Go ahead.
Yes, in the shack here, I kind of live in the shack. I'm on my own farm here, but the shack is big. It's almost like a house, and I've got the big TV in here also. I watch mostly when I'm not on the radio. TCM. Do you have that one, over?
Yeah, PY5ZBU, G0BQI for identification purposes. TCM, the classic Turner classic movies. Yes, I've got that, and I do watch it occasionally when there's a movie that takes my interest. Go ahead. Okay,
G0BQI, PY5ZBU. Yes, I enjoy that because, as you say, some of the old movies, the Ten Commandments and Quo Vadis and Barabbas and all those. It's a fantastic channel, and that's what I mostly watch in the way of films. But we have the History Channel, Discovery, and so on and so on. Well, quite an interesting suite of information that's coming down from space. And apart from that, I've got the music channel. You can switch the TV off and just pump that through a sound system. So when I'm messing about in here, I've usually got some kind of music over.
Yes, I do that occasionally. I don't really like modern music, to be perfectly honest with you. There's only a few songs I really like. I'm very much into 60s, 70s and 80s music. So I tend to watch MTV Classic. I go on there, and if they had all music from the 80s and 1987, and that's my era. So I don't really watch anything but the classic music channel, QSL. Roger.
Yeah, this is well, they don't put anything on the video except what they're playing. So I turn the TV off and just key in. I've just printed out the channels and what music's there. And there's usually classical music and whatever. And I go on one specific channel for me, 480. That's the regular, the George Gershwin's and just the regular oldie music of it.
Ah, curious. No, I'm afraid that's not my type of music. I think my dad might like that. He's into his jazz and he's a bit of a musician. My old man. But I'm not a big music buff, but I'm afraid I tend to live in the past. I don't like some of the modern music's okay, but most of it, I'd say 95% of it is a load of crap, and I tend to just listen to the old stuff that I used to like when I was a kid. When I was younger, go ahead.
Roger. Yes. Going on to radio now. That's a nice radio you bought there. That's quite an expensive rig. Did you think about the SDR, the SDR, the big one?
What? Software defined radio? You mean the ones that you use a computer with, go?
Yeah, the software defined radios, because there's some pretty good ones now. They're pretty expensive too. I think that the top model's around $5,500. But it looks to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, well, funny enough, I've been thinking about one because I was thinking about putting a radio in the bedroom if I'm in bed, whatever, and if for some reason I'm stuck in bed because being disabled, occasionally things go wrong, I've had to spend time in bed in the past, and so obviously I like to make sure that I've got all the comforts of home. And I was thinking, I've got a radio beside the bed now. It's not plugged into anything, but I was thinking about a software-defined radio. I think it would possibly make life a little easier, rather than having a big radio there, and then the computer. Maybe using the computer with the radio would be a lot easier. Go ahead.
Yes, and the facilities that it's offering, it's software, of course, and it's really a very, very complete system. It's new. I've got a Casina here. Had it since it came out in '98. I use it from time to time. But of course, that was just the beginning of the digital era with radios. But this new one is really fantastic, and I'm kind of looking carefully at that. Although I've got a lot of rigs here that I'm not even using. And I'm using this one we're talking on right now. It's 56 years old, over.
Yeah, QSL, a lot of people use the old stuff, don't they? And there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. Personally, I prefer the modern stuff. I wouldn't be very good at tuning up and stuff like that. So, but yeah, the software-defined radio is something I really have been contemplating and having a look at. I'm just wondering whether or not, a computer. I'm assuming that would you be required to have quite a lot of RAM and stuff? And I'm assuming that it would need to be a fairly up-to-date computer that would have to run it. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're building now. I forget the name of I've got a whole bunch of QSTs here, but one of the models is it's just kind of standalone. The computer's actually built in of it.
Oh, Roger. What you mean? You can use a computer go online as well as the radio all in one go?
Yeah. They build them as kind of an add-on. You have your own home computer or whatever, and you interface to it. But the latest model now, which I think it's a Model 5000, the computer is completely built in. It's just a standalone box of it.
Oh, Roger, that sounds just what I'm looking for, actually. That sounds just up my street. I don't mind paying extra. I have to pay extra anyway for stuff to do, what I want, wheelchairs and what have you. It all cost a fortune, and anything to do with driving is expensive. So, I'm used to paying a little extra. So, I wouldn't mind going for something like that. Is it actually, are they selling those on the market now, Guy?
Good. Just a minute,
minutes.